Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and today we're hopping into my XP-58 trying to get some of the missions done in order to unlock, or earn I guess, the Ju-288C German Tier 8 bomber. This line will be released after this event is over, but for the time being you can get the mission from opening up some of these crates, and you'll randomly get one of these 4 aircraft, and then you can start grinding away at it. You can only grind at one at a time, and I kind of want the tier 8 opposed to grabbing the 9 or 10. The tier 8 I think is going to be a nice place to start, because I want to experience this Ju-288, whether it's the A or the C variant. The C might as well go for it, because the A is actually the tier 7. So first place we're going to is the command center, and immediately the enemy team clashes on this map setup. You end up clashing right into the enemy team as they're coming in to capture the same zone. It's contested very early on, much like going for the airfield, except it's mostly going to be multi-roles, heavy aircraft, altitude fighters, bombers. It's just a lot of red, and I really lose my ability to target focus here, and I'm not making any contact with the aircraft I want to take out, and I'm getting trailed hard by another XP-58. Granted, it's a bot, but those guns do hurt. So we're going to go ahead and respawn and try to get back into the fight. I deliberate as to whether or not I want to do the center or if I want to do the normal spawn. But it looks like the center is getting relatively cleared out at this point, so I might as well start as close as I can to this command center so I can come back and try and give them a hand. Yeah, there's my deliberation right there, and into the middle. Again, if you're going to choose to spawn at an airfield, make sure that you're clicking on it and that it is that solid blue color instead of a gray, because sometimes when your screen changes, like if you're following an aircraft, you'll lose your selection of that airfield for that forward spawn, and it can kind of throw you off. So I'm starting to head this way, but we're going to run into quite a few aircraft on our way to this command center, so we're going to have to work pretty hard if we want to try and capture this. Now things have thinned out a little bit, which is nice, but they've already captured so much of the zone that we're going to find ourselves in a little bit of a tough situation. I see the heavy below me, and since I'm already gaining some airspeed and we're up to over 500 miles an hour, I feel pretty confident that that fighter trailing behind us isn't going to be able to catch me, so I can get these guns on target. Now this is going to be a tag and drag right here, where we're going to go ahead and roll right through, keep the momentum up, hop on the tail gunner, finish off the target, and then kick that nose up in order to make this 109 try to chase us. And we are losing him in the climb. Even though he has the altitude performance to come get us, I think he realizes this is going to be a losing endeavor. Now that he appears to have lost interest, I can actually see his tracers, get a good idea of the lead I need to pull on him, and knock that target right out, because it is hard to tell which direction that aircraft is facing in the clouds. I decide that that's a bad move. I was not in a good angle. The aircraft just wasn't turning for me, so I decided I was going to go after this 329. We did light him on fire. I do a little bit of a drag here, and now I'm going to flip it back over, and we're going to re-engage. Again, always an up and over turn when you're in a heavy, even if you're at low altitude, because even right here, I'm already angled down over 10 degrees, which means I'm going to maintain a lot of my velocity. Getting that altitude back, I do have a friendly coming into the zone. I'm going to work with this ally to go after these aircraft. This way, if anybody trails on this spot, I can give them a hand. We are getting a little bit close to each other here, but we're going to manage it fairly effectively. Whoa, hey buddy. Got a little bit close there, but I think we handled that properly, and we're already down to just a single aircraft kill, and we'll capture the zone. That isn't going to happen there. I want an aircraft I can keep trail on fairly effectively, and we are trying to help our ally out here and knock out this defending aircraft. That flips the zone, and now we're going to go ahead and head towards the center to do a little bit of defense. But again, it looks like this XP-58 is back. I I want to climb up to altitude. Altitude is always a good option when you don't have anything else going on, because you are going to start building up that potential energy. But I see that there's this 109 back again going after one of my bots. He seems rather target fixated, so I'm going to put a couple of rounds into him. But I'm going to go ahead and maintain within my optimal airspeed realms, that way I can get that nose over and get these guns on target and just instantly obliterates him. The 437 millimeters are very powerful on this aircraft. Making as few turns as possible, we're just kind of lazily going across the battlefield, finding opportune targets, making finite adjustments, and using the engine power to get through here. Now I'm going to go ahead and hop in the tail gunner. That 209 Alpha is really low health, and again, taking out another aircraft using our tail gunner. Now we have a 109Z, which is going to be the dual fuselage, kind of the tandem fuselage of a 109. It's the heavy that carries 4 108 cannons. So we're going to go ahead and get on this aircraft here. We get pretty close to some of our allies here, but I am aware where they are. I'm being attentive, and I am not getting in their way. They're not getting in mine. I have a good idea of where those aircraft are spatially. We put a few good hits into this aircraft, but it looks like he's straightening out. Bots do this sometimes. I'm confident the fire would have taken him out, but I would have preferred to secure it. Here's a Ju-288A, which is the Tier 7 German bomber, one of the new ones. They are pretty fast, and they can operate at pretty high altitudes. You see we're up at over 8,000 feet right here, and he is doing pretty well. Now this XP-58 wants to do a head-on with me, and I'd prefer to avoid that situation with him because we are a little bit lower on health than he is. But he's coming back. I feel like I got some more time to get the shells on target, and it looked like he was not aimed right at me, which is perfect. And now we can head back towards the middle to see if we can try and regain that airfield. The 109Z is here again. Put a few good hits into him. I'm willing to bet that he's down to about a quarter health right now. I don't even need to look back at him. Put these shells in on that Corsair. And another tag and drag. We've lost an engine, but you'll see that our airspeed is solid right now. We're not turning too much. We're trying to keep the nose down, waiting for that engine to come back. I can restart it if I wanted to, but I just haven't clicked the button on it. I'm okay that they took me out. We managed to flip the zone with those aircraft that we killed, and I wasn't going to be able to outrun the cannon shells of that aircraft, even if I had that engine up. He does kind of have that sniper 45 that can hit me at further ranges. I decide I'm going to spawn at the airfield again because there isn't much here except for a bomber, which is actually a really good reason to spawn here in an aircraft like this. So we start heading up, but he is already knocked out, and it's not until I see the smoking Hulk that I know that it's actually been taken out. There is a 209 Alpha, but there's also an XP-58 coming up from underneath me. Thought we got him there, but I knew maneuvering on the 209 Alpha was going to put the XP-58 off my tail, so I was just going to go ahead and get out of there. I was really expecting this 209 Alpha to be knocked out here, but it took a little bit more than I was expecting. That managed to conclude the battle, and let's go ahead and get to the end results screen so we can talk a little bit about how we did and what we were trying to achieve for that 288 mission. Alright, not so bad. Looks like we managed to get the Wing Legend as well as the McCampbell Medal. We've also got a pretty decent income on cash here, looking at 282,000 and some change. Got a token from that as well. Bit of experience for the pilot. And we managed to take out 14 aerial targets, caused quite a bit of critical damage, and 5,500 damage to aerial targets, which is good because we're looking to get this step completed for the Ju-288C, which requires 10,000 total damage against aerial targets over any number of battles. So we're making our way along, and we're able to achieve a win towards our 3 or towards our 5 total wins in order to get step 1 completed. And this is right here for the heavies, and that'll give us 100 gold. So it's going to be worth the effort to try and go ahead and grab this as soon as possible. So we're probably going to jump into another battle, but hope you guys enjoyed watching this flight. I've always loved the XP-58 Chain Lightning. It's a great aircraft and a great way to earn credits and train up a heavy pilot. As always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.